In this video I'm going to be reviewing Cloudways. Cloudways is slightly different to the previous reviews I've done in that it offers a browser-based, cloud-based control panel to manage your VPS machines. I've heard of them before and I've not really actually used them because I was kind of put off by the price, because I've been used to managing my own VPS machines. But more and more I'm thinking about switching some of my bigger sites, because sometimes you just need the 24/7 support. You need the extra peace of mind that someone else is managing it for you. Because even with your own control panel, sometimes support, what I've noticed, is not always great, and there can be issues that you can't always fix it yourself. Having something like Cloudways, they're there to fix it for you, and they've got 24/7 support. So it's like having shared hosting support on a much cheaper managed cloud service. So I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter than the past few reviews, and also do a quick benchmark at the end. Now I'm not going to go through all the technical details. There's obviously various configurations you can have, but to keep it fair, I'm going to put it on the same server as my last review, and I'm going to do the same test and everything. So let's get started. So Cloudways is a managed cloud hosting platform. They've got five cloud providers: Vultr, Linode, AWS, Google, and what's the fifth one? Well, I'll see that on the next screen. Let's see if pricing will show it there. And DigitalOcean. Let me close that one. Excuse me. Worry-free experience. Now this is why I think it's good for people who aren't comfortable working with their own VPS servers. VPS machines? VPS? Okay, anyway. Managed security, that's really important. That's one of my big put-offs, is that you have to know all of the firewall commands and security and all this malware stuff. You have to know the ins and outs. If you've got a production-ready big WordPress or any site on there, you need to make sure that your server is secure. So it's worth paying the extra little bit to get someone else to manage it for you, but have the advantages of your own private server. Automated backups, 24/7 monitoring, very important. You can scale your site, so as with the other VPS hosts, you can scale it. So as your site gets busier and bigger, you can increase resources. Okay, you can go live in minutes. So if you click on the link below, you'll get a free trial. I believe it's a 3-day free trial. You can try all of these services completely free. So yeah, they've got multiple applications: Magento, WordPress, and so on. What else they got down here? Best managed cloud hosting for WordPress. I mean, they very well could be. Okay, so let's close this tab. So this one is some of their features. 24/7 365 live chat, online ticketing, enhanced SLAs, service support level of service level agreements, and so on. Even phone access, which is quite rare. Private Slack channels. I saw that they do monitoring where they can post messages to your Slack or to your some other reporting services. Yeah, it's like having your own dedicated resources when you go with Cloudways, and it works very well. Auto healing is very nice. So with my current control panel, I haven't had many issues with them. I've only been with them for about a month and a half. But previously I used to get some CPU spikes, and I would wait ages for support to just help me out, just find out what the issue was, and eventually we figured it out. It was some rogue PHP script, one of the WordPress plugins. But with something like with Cloudways, they've got auto healing where it manages the server for you automatically. They've got their own WordPress cache plugin called Breeze. Got Redis or Redis support, and so on. Dedicated firewalls, one-click SSL, IP whitelisting, and so on. Regular patching, very important. Also bot protection. Bots are a big pain in the backside. They'll bombard your site and then just drag your performance down. Okay, that's enough of that one. Let me close this one. Yeah, you can read about Breeze, but I probably won't be using it for this demo. That's their own caching plugin. Okay, let's get to the important bit, the pricing. Now, I try and get the most resources or the best service I can for the lowest possible cost. There's no point paying for more than you need to look what they've got. As you can see from my last review, Vultr, I was on their 2 GB RAM and 1 processor package, and it was the fastest server I've tested on my little spreadsheet here. It was all 9.5, 10 and so on. It was really good. So what I'll do for this one, I'll get on the same server, same spec, but this will be using Cloudways. It won't be using my control panel. Let's see if we can get any difference in speed. You probably will see a small increase. So this standard plan, 64 gig storage, I think it was the same, 64 gig. Free Object Cache Pro, free SSL, and so on. What I had a quick read through some of their other features. You get other add-ons such as email add-ons, but you can do that manually. It's not that difficult. I will do a video about that, adding like Mailgun or AWS email to your websites. Or there's some other little tips I can recommend to get around paying for expensive. Like G Suite is quite expensive. If you've got multiple sites and multiple emails, paying $3, $6, $10 a month is a bit too much. So we'll try and keep it cheap, but keep it good. Free migration. So this is what they compare. Infrastructure providers, you don't get any of this stuff. It's all across it is for both, or pretty much all, and also traditional hosting. But they've given themselves green check marks for everything, which is very nice. Okay, I think that's that. Okay, so a quick look at their Trustpilot reviews. I know these can be manipulated, but I like to look at the average reviews to get a fair idea. But that's not great. It's getting worse and worse. I'll keep updating. So initially he was very pleased. And as with me, I love cPanel based hosting. I use it a lot. But I know it does drag on resources. So if you want, and Google has fast websites, you really want to get rid of cPanel. Okay. It seems the reps don't really help that much. I'm not contacting support, so I don't know. I would say that I'm semi-experienced. I would probably be okay. Okay, that's fine. It seems to be a customer support issue. That's the problem with big companies when they offer 24/7 support, is that they don't employ the best staff, or maybe they're not trained well, I don't know. Again, see, the hosting is good, but it's just the support. Very limited config options. When was this? August 21, not too long ago. Okay, good until you need deeper access. I mean, to be honest, if you're watching these videos, you aren't looking for the biggest server and the most technical setup. You want something to just run your WordPress sites fast and just get good scores and have a good user experience for your visitors. Overhyped, price unrealistic, you have to manage your own. Now you see they say that, but then when you run into issues, it's difficult going to forums, going to Reddit, going to Facebook to try and get it solved. I mean, I've been in circles for weeks trying to get little things fixed. And it all depends on your budget and what you want to do, but if you just want to have a working site and you want someone else to deal with it, Cloudways is a good option for you. Okay, so that's the negatives out of the way. I haven't made an account. Let's just start free and see what happens. Oh, do I have an account? Let me just pause the video. Okay, no, I don't have an account. Okay, let's start free. Let's just do a setup with Google. I don't really like doing that, but I might need to blur this. Okay, let's see what happens there. Okay, set your password. Okay, let me blur this one again. Okay, it took a few seconds there. This is the onboarding. Let me just get rid of this. Excuse me. Okay, let's do launch now. Welcome to Cloudways, save your time and money, blah blah blah. Let's get started. So we're going to install an application, the WordPress application. We'll do a clean version, none of the optimization to keep it fair. You can install WooCommerce, custom PHP apps. So if you want to install something like Mautic or I can't think of anything else, but custom PHP applications, you can do that. Laravel, never used. Magento, yep, fine. Okay, let's do a clean WordPress install. Application name, so we'll call it Cloudways Vultr high frequency 1 CPU 1 C 2 G. Oops, that's what we call the server. We just call this CW. Project name, call it demo. Okay, and we're going to choose Vultr. So let's give me some example prices of the cheapest options. Okay, see they push you here straight away to get 2 gig. This is what I always say, get a minimum 2 gig. I recommend 2 gig for higher end or production websites, 1 gig for WordPress staging or low traffic. So you can start with 1 gig, set up a site, test it out, put all the plugins in and so on. And then when you're ready for production, you scale it to 2 gig. Let me just give you some example prices. Have they got the price here? Let's take away the prices. Oh, sorry, I'm blind. It's important around the corner. Okay. Oh, I need to look properly. Okay, so 1 gig is on DigitalOcean, $10 monthly. On Linode, we'll choose London again. $12. Does it make a difference if it's somewhere in America? Dallas, same, $12. Vultr, who we're going with. Standard is, go to London quickly, is $11. I think it's about only maybe $1 more than their standard base package. And high frequency, which is what we're going for, is, oops, we should just leave it the same. EU London, and that is $13. So it's only $2 more for high frequency. The package we're going for is this one, it's $26. That is, I think it's double the price. Did I put the price in my table? Okay, the Vultr high frequency or high compute is normally $12. That's 1 CPU, oops, 2 gig in UK. So they're charging $26. Okay, sorry, I had to pause it there for a second. So we're going to keep it on high frequency because that's what we did the review on previously for testing. Now the big advantage I see is that with the other control panel, I had to set up a process where it installed all these scripts onto the server. So that takes up CPU, memory, disk space, and so on. So we'll see what happens with Cloudways. I'll quickly show you AWS, but they're very expensive. So they're small server, 2 vCPUs, 2 gig, and 2 gig bandwidth is $36. All this extra stuff you can do. And Google also very expensive, small, 1 shared CPU, 1.7 gig of RAM. I don't know why it's so specific. And so on at $33. They don't have Microsoft Azure or Alibaba Cloud. That's fine. So we're going to go back to Vultr. High frequency. How much is 4 gig? That's $50 and $100 expensive. Okay, on trial you can only launch sales up to 4 gig. That's fine. Going back to 2. And London, EU, London, UK, $26 a month. You won't be charged on this trial period. So click on the link below and just set up a free trial, and then just import your WordPress site. Just use WP all-in-one WP or something, or WP Vivid or Updraft, and then just transfer your site over without doing the whole domain business, and just see how it performs. Okay, let's do launch now. Let's see how long it takes. Okay, so it's adding in 13 minutes. Okay, I'll pause the video here. I've just set a stopwatch here, just see how long it actually takes. So I'll resume when it's done. Okay, I had a slight issue there. Something about the server side is not available in that location. So I'm gonna try Paris, because that's the nearest. You see, when I set London, it says not available, so I don't know what's going on. But I'll try again. Maybe that's a pitfall of being a third party and not going straight to the WordPress provider itself. I don't know, but I've never seen that happen before to me, so don't know. Anyway, I'll let this set up. Okay, we have some activity now. It's going down to 6 minutes. Okay, it's been just over 5 minutes, saying 1 minute left, so let's see if it goes through. So it's not bad, because even the other control panel takes about 3 to 5 minutes to install and set up. And with the other one you can install custom servers, but Cloudways only offer premium servers, so I suppose you get what you pay for. Is it almost done? Hurry up. I don't think I can fill. Let me just let it finish, I'll come back. Actually, one thing to consider with Cloudways, as with the other VPS providers, is you need to arrange a separate email delivery, because they don't want to deal with email servers. So Cloudways actually has add-ons. I believe it's Elastic Mail, but you can also set up manually by editing DNS. So you can set up Mailgun, AWS, and pretty much any provider you want. Or you can use other hosting providers to just use their email service and change the MX records. Okay, that's done now. So 6 minutes 43. Okay, so now let's click on it. So master credentials, public IP. So if you want to forward your domain in future, you need to forward it, the A records, to public IP. And if you want to log in via free party software or server management software, you need the username and password. Monitoring, is it free? Okay, loading stats. Nothing's happened anyway, so. Okay, manage services. So this way you can restart, enable, stop, and so on. I'm not going to touch any of these settings. I'm going to leave it as it is and see how it is out of the box. Settings and packages. So this is for some of the PHP settings. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm not going to touch it. Just show you inside. So they make it very easy to change all of the main settings. That's very good. Very easy to get to. PHP. I will change this. I know the other one was running 7.4. So let's save that. Okay, continue. How long will it take? I think it's just installing a package. Shouldn't be too long. So as I was saying with email, I'll make another video and show you how to add something like Mailgun or something to deal with your email. With WordPress it's pretty easy. You can install plugins to manage the on-site contact forms and so on. And then you set up MX records to link it with email providers. It's taking a bit longer than I expected. Can I click on something else? Okay, no, updating package. They won't let me. Oh dear. Okay. Click on applications. Okay, click on here. Okay, let's click on here. Okay, no, it won't let me. Okay, I'll just pause the video again for a second. If I didn't say earlier, this is my first look at Cloudways. This is the first time I'm interacting with their control panel. And so far I've managed to get around it quite easily. Everything's laid out pretty logically and it's easy to get to settings. This sort of stuff can be tedious to update packages and so on. It's taking a bit longer than I'd like. But I don't know if that's usual or if that's related to the server or whatever. It could be because I'm on trial. Maybe that's causing an issue, I don't know, but it's taking a bit of time. So I'll let it run. Okay, that's done. Then we go back to the applications. One website, one server, no limitations. Yeah, this is what I like. They only charge per server. There was another company, I completely forgot which one it was. I can't remember the name. I used them about 2 years ago, and they had an extra, I think it was $1 charge per site, and it was $5 per server. That's on top of the subscription, which I thought was a bit cheeky. I mean, you're paying for the VPS. That's the main thing, so you should be able to store whatever you want on there. But this is a good incentive for you to upgrade to a bigger package, a bigger VPS. But anyway, okay, that's fine. We're not going to add a domain now anyway. We're not going to add SSL because we're not adding a domain. And is that it? Yes. So this is a good bonus that it pre-installs the WordPress website, so you can use it for staging, for testing, for just demo purposes, whatever. It's great for what I'm doing. In that I don't need to put in all the details. It's already made a demo site. With the previous videos, I had to go in manually, install the server, and I had to set up an application and give all the details and so on. But Cloudways has saved me a lot of time and just set it up for me. That's the admin panel, username and password. I'm going to delete the server anyway. MySQL and so on. I can have separate application credentials here, but I'm not going to do that. Analytics. Okay, they do really break it down a lot. I like that. Shows you running cron jobs. Excellent. Let's see what's turned on by default. Okay, that's active. So if you do want to add a domain in future on the test site, you can go to domain management, enter the domain, change your DNS details and so on. You can read their help guide. Oops. They do have a very comprehensive help section, which is nice. You just do a quick search and you can find your articles. How to map all of the area code, CNAME and so on. But I'm not going to do that in this video. Cron job management, very important for WordPress that you have an active cron job to update and so on. We're not going to use SSL certificate, but they do it free and it auto updates. Or you can install custom if you want. If you've got an e-commerce site, it's best to have a custom SSL. Backup and restore. I think there's a charge. I think it's 0.3 cents. Where's the charges? You can have server level backup or individual backups. Okay, deployment by Git. Oops, application settings. So this is more settings. This is the folder, the web root. Default email sender. This is some of the more technical settings. WebP redirect. Okay, so it will fall back to JPEG or PNG and so on. PHP setting. I do like the fluidity of this control panel. It's really quick. It's very nice. Migration tools. Okay, I haven't tried that with the other one. Tool and Cloudways CD. How much does this cost? Okay, need to upgrade. $1 for 25 gig. The service I use is probably better. It's called Bunny CD, and I'll do a review on them. And they charge literally pennies for gigabytes. I've been using them for about 2 years, and they've just been improving their service year after year, adding more and more POPs, more and more servers around the world. Every corner of the globe they've got servers. But let's get into this. Okay, so let's launch the application. This is our amazing WordPress site. Admin panel, same email, and oops, click to copy. Okay, so this was a clean install if you remember. Let's see if make sure there's nothing installed. Okay, it's got none of the extra stuff installed. Actually, Oh no, I didn't choose clean install when I redid it. I just chose standard. Okay, well I'll delete these anyway. Oh, is that a premium plugin? I've used that before. I'm gonna delete. That's their caching plugin. I'm gonna delete all of them to make it fair. And the plugin I'm adding to do with my benchmark is the same one. Benchmark. Just fill in some of these details quickly. So this is Cloudways Vultr. Oops. It should be HF frequency, but it doesn't matter. And this was $26. 1 CPU, 2 gig of RAM, and this was in Paris, France. Here we are. Okay, benchmark this one. I do like doing benchmarks. It gives me satisfaction when a server is performing well. I'm spending my own hard-earned money on it, so it's good to see it work. This is a trial, but you know what I mean. Losing my voice. Okay, we're running. What plugin needs an update? There's nothing there. Oh, did it stop it? Bugger. Okay, let me leave it running. Okay, I'll pause the video. I'll show you the first test once it's done, and then I'll show you the final, all 3 tests together. I don't think there's anything else for me to go through for the actual service, but we'll see how well it runs compared to my own control panel. I should put a note in here, my own control panel. Did I put it here? No. I should put a note in here, running my own control panel that I'm paying for. I'll add that. There's always room to improve this. I probably will add this to my WordPress site and to make it a bit easier. And today's date is 19th. Control, copy all 3. So the figure should be around the same. But we're in Paris though, not the UK, so I don't know if that'll make a difference. Let me hide that. Okay, it's getting through. I think it takes between 2 and 5 minutes per test, but it's getting a lot quicker, similar to the previous Vultr review, because it's a higher spec system. I should put a stopwatch here to see roughly how long it takes. I'll make a note of that. Add stopwatch. Benchmark. Hope my keyboard wasn't too loud. I could just stay here because it's almost done. Okay, so what else can I say about Cloudways? Let me see what else they say on this site. Where are they based, in fact? Probably America. Yeah, simplicity is the key. Especially dealing with VPS, people are really put off with all this, like I said before, the firewall security updates. And so far so good, everything's been straightforward. I can change pretty much any of the settings just from their cloud-based panel. Excellent. Malta. Must be tax reasons. Excellent stuff. So $1 per 25 gig per application. Lovely. It's a bit pricey. I wouldn't pay for that. I'll put a link down below to the CDN I use. That works out, I think, $12 a year for unlimited. I think still unlimited. Unlimited sites. So that works perfectly for me. Let's go back to the benchmark. Oh, oof. That's much better, I think. Let me see. one. Where's it gone? I need to blur this. Got too many open. 1 second. Why can I not see my... Okay, this one. Whoops. Go back. Okay. Oh, this isn't very good, is it? Blur that again. Okay, here we go. So, Vultr, straightforward with my control panel. Overall 9.5, overall 9.7. Lovely stuff. Large text data 10, 10, 9.67. So a marginal increase, but it is an increase. 9.78, again, slightly better. I would have preferred it to be London, but anyway. 9.68, okay, slight fall. Databases, this is a big increase, 8.07. Delicious green, 10, yep, beautiful. 10, 10, and we'll click on the read more. 561, wow, that's the fastest so far. It's really good. 561 Mbps. This is test 1, and we'll stick a link to that so nobody thinks I'm cheating. There we go. Apply. Okay, I'll just do the other two tests. I'll come back to this one shortly. Okay, we're almost done. I've already updated test 2. Let's finish test 3 by so quick. It's going to be finished in a second. As you see, it's done. As you see, the results are very consistent. Let's just put this in quickly. So it's 9.7 again, 10, 10, 9.6. Where's it gone? 9.68, 10, 8.15. These are the best figures so far. 8.15, where's it gone? 10, 10, 10. And the actual speed was 517. Excellent. So it's 517 Mbps and test. Don't forget, I'll put this link in the description. You can go and look at it for yourself. Okay. So let me move this over a bit. In my opinion, I mean, you can see from these results, the obvious choice is Vultr high frequency or high compute frequency. I should change to HF actually. Make it a bit easy. I think they're branding as HF now. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, so for pretty much the same server, but in Paris, and paying just over twice the price, you're getting a managed server with probably less bloat on it, and you're getting a marginal but noticeable difference in speed compared to the UK server with my control panel on it. The database was definitely a lot better. So the database with the other software wasn't obviously as good, and the speed in Paris is amazing. So yeah, that's incredible. I should have done the date properly. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter, it's ugly, it's annoying me. This much have no formatting, I'll change that later. So, if you think about it, I mean, it depends what you want to do with your... Well, actually, what I'll do another Cloudways video, but I'll go for the cheapest server, high frequency again. I think it was 11 or 12, let me see quickly. Pricing. Actually, I'll try DigitalOcean, but this is what the difference is. Premium. Do they got a little... They don't make it easy to just find stuff, do they? Have to log in to do it all. Just give me some quick highlights, come on. Let me just click on get started. Now it's going to take me in there. Add server. Okay, here we go. So So these ones are the premium servers. Faster cores, 1 gig RAM, 25 gig NVMe, so you get a little bit less storage space and less transfer, one core. And Vultr, high frequency, 1 gig. Where's the actual spec? I cannot see it. They don't make it easy to find the stuff, do they? Let me see. I think it's 32 gig. Oh, I don't know anyway. I can't see it. Maybe I'm blind. But anyway, so that is $13. So DigitalOcean is slightly cheaper for their premium service, $12. And so on. But what I'll do another one with Vultr. Vultr, yep. I won't do it in this video, I'll do another video for this, but I'll do high frequency. I'll go for the cheapest one possible, $13. Because even on this server, you can run multiple WordPress websites, and the performance is incredible. Can I run this one in London? I can, incredible work. Okay. Okay, I'll leave it as it is, because I forgot to change it before. So I'll set this all up, I'll do another test. But that's the end of this video. Let me close all the benchmarks. So yeah, I mean, that was incredible. I was excited last time. I know it's a bit sad to get excited over these things, but if you appreciate WordPress hosting, or even site hosting and VPS and so on, you like to see good results, and for a very affordable price. I mean, Cloudways, their full control and everything for $26 a month. You can have multiple sites on here, and you can see how well it's running. I mean, look at this, was pathetic. Which company was this? Contabo. I mean, Contabo are cheap, but you can see why they're cheap. Actually, no, they weren't too bad. I shouldn't run them down too much. But I mean, right now for my tests, and it's always best to test yourself, Vultr high frequency is the way to go. It's worth the extra couple of bucks. So yeah, so in my next test, we'll see if it's actually worth paying the extra 13. Where's it gone? The extra $13 for 2 gig and 2 CPU. And yes, hope you find it useful. Again, there's a link in the description that'll give you a free trial, like I've just done. You can launch your site on there, you can copy it across and just see how it runs. I mean, you can see from your eyes here, you can see from this table that everything is working perfectly. It's a really smooth, slick control panel. There's so many features here, and they make it really easy to just activate and turn on, turn off, and so on. You can manage all your stuff straight from here, and I like it. So I'll leave it here for now, and watch out for my next review of this. I might post it today or tomorrow. Thanks, bye.